Hey Zach, I'm gonna jump right into it with this one. You are a pending free agent. Have you kind of thought what you would like your future to look like? Do you want to come back? You think you'll test the waters? Where are you at with that right now?
I mean, obviously things are so new. I haven't really thought about it. Honestly, I've loved my time here in Arizona. I would love the opportunity to continue here. Obviously, there's a lot of things out of my control. We got a lot of good players that are free agents as well, so it may not be even up to me. But it's been a blessing to be able to be here. I've truly loved it. My wife has obviously loved it. My family has loved it. So it's just been fun. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have been out here for the past 3 months. Obviously, it didn't end where we wanted it to, but I still feel like we have unfinished business as a team. I would love to be a part of it, but that just might be out of my control.
Next three, please. Darren, Tyler, and Bob.
Zach, was last night just something that kind of hit you guys out of the blue? I mean, the kind of the feel from the guys that were talking after the game was just that they felt like you guys were all prepared and it was all right, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. Kind of feel. Did you get that sense? Was there a surprise factor for you in terms of the way it played out?
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me. I think going into the game, I think everyone was confident that we had a great plan. I thought it was probably the best week of practice we've had since I've been here going into the game. And we just got hit in the mouth and weren't able to respond. And it just kind of snowballed early. And at that point, against a good team, we had no chance. I don't think that result is should put a damper on the progress that we've had as an organization in the past 4 years. Obviously, I haven't been here for too long, but just looking objectively about it, we've gone from 3 wins to 5 wins to 8 wins to 11 wins. And the reality of the situation is there's only one team at the end of the year that's going to be happy with how their season ended. And unfortunately for us, we're not that one team. But there's a lot of positive steps that, in my opinion, that have taken place. Just being the outsider that came in and seeing how much progress, the leadership, the culture that's here. And obviously last night was awful. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt to just kind of be on prime time and getting embarrassed. But at the same time, guys there's been a lot of good this year. And so I want guys to feel this sting, allow it to fuel them in the off season, but don't let it dampen what we've accomplished this year.
Hey Zach, just looking back at that last stretch of games, what do you pinpoint as maybe the most glaring issue that you guys as a team had?
Um, I would say we just execution probably. I mean, when you lose football games, it ultimately comes down to execution, especially first and second down and penalties on offense. I mean, I'm looking solely at the offense. When I reflect, I don't really look at the big picture stuff. I look at how I can improve, how the offense can improve. I think we just had negative plays. We were in a lot of third and long situations, and in this league, it's too hard to do that. You have to be in third and five consistently if you want to have good drives, if you want to score touchdowns consistently. It just seemed like towards the end of the year, we just faced a lot of third and longs. Had negative plays, holdings, penalties, offsides, pre-snap penalties. You just can't do it, especially at the end of the year. And it was frustrating because it wouldn't show up in practice. So we would address it. We would have a great week of practice, and then it would come up again in the game. So we just got to continue to look at it, continue to get better at it. But it was definitely frustrating.
Zach, I think we all get what you mean when games snowball on guys. I mean, it happens. It happens to the greatest of quarterbacks who aren't able to lead their team back. Do you think in time that Kyler's a guy, you call him the best athlete or best quarterback or best athlete you've ever been around? Is he a guy that can win those games down the road?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in this league for so long. Not so long. It's been 9 years. The quarterback always gets too much credit and too much blame, and that's just the nature of that position. Everyone wants to put it all on them, and that's just not the case. I mean, it takes all 11 people on offense to be successful. Kyler is the most talented player I've ever been around, and I think the sky is the limit for him. I mean, if he didn't get hurt this year, he's probably winning the MVP. And if you have an MVP caliber quarterback, you're going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl. And so obviously everyone wants to play better last night. Everyone wanted to play better at the end of the year. But I'm confident that he's the guy to lead this team to success in the future. And I think if he doesn't have the opportunity to play in a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl, he's going to look at his career probably as unfinished, just because he puts so much pressure on himself to be great, to win football games, to play great. And that's why I think guys love playing for him.
We'll close it out with the final four: Richard, Cam, Dana, Alex.
Yeah, Zach, you won a Super Bowl. You've been on winning teams. When you look at this team and where they're at, you kind of talked about unfinished business. How close is this team, this core group, to getting over that hump and getting into the big game? And does that play a factor in you wanting to come back?
I mean, I think obviously last night shows that we have a lot of room to improve to get to where we want to be. My top priority is winning another Super Bowl. I won't be satisfied. That's what I strive for each and every time I step into this building, each and every day in the off season. Winning is my top priority in this business. I've had the chance to win a Super Bowl. I've had a chance to have a lot of catches and yards, and nothing beats that feeling of accomplishing that team goal. And so for me, and this team, I don't think we're so far off, but we just got to improve. We all do. We all got to look at ourselves in the mirrors this next month, set out your goals for the off season, look at areas you can improve, and then attack them with everything you have. So when they come back in the summer, we have an opportunity to get better and hopefully win a Super Bowl.
Hey, Zach, why is Cliff the right coach for this team moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke about it a little bit. I think you've seen the progress the past 3 years, going from 3 wins before he got here to 5 wins to 8 wins to 11 wins. He's so smart offensively, and I think he's just continuing to get better from what I've heard in terms of leadership and just managing this football team. Each and every year it's improved, and I think he's one of the best offensive minds in this league, and he's got a quarterback that's perfect for him and his system, and they're going to win a lot of games together. And I have the utmost confidence in him that he's going to learn from this season and get better. I mean, he's a guy that puts a lot of accountability on himself. That's what I think players really respect about him. He doesn't say, it's not a coaches versus players thing. He puts a lot of ownership on himself, and I think guys respect that playing for him.
Zach, from the time that you came from Philadelphia through time here in Arizona over the past 3 months, what do you feel is the greatest things that you can look back on your season in both places?
I mean, I think back on this past year. This last Friday before the Rams game was a year ago. I got ankle surgery. The last 5, I had ankle injury in the middle of 2020, and Philly missed 5 games, came back, wasn't myself, then had ankle surgery that last Friday a year ago. And I just think about everything that's gone on, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. There's been such a crazy year, and there's just been so much growth overall in my individual life. I put a lot of trust in my faith through this process. Our word of the year in 2021 was trust, my wife and I. It was based on a scripture called Proverbs 3:5. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And that was kind of just a scripture that carried us throughout this past off season. And kind of just allowed me to just kind of be in the moment. When I was going through everything in Philly, not knowing what was going to happen, I was just focused on being the best tight end I could possibly be, getting healthy. Obviously, I'm surrounded by a great group of people that have always built me up and kind of kept my faith at the forefront. And so I just have a lot of great people around me. And then being out here the past 3 months has just been such a blessing. It's been so fun to just grow as a player. I've loved playing with Kyler. I feel like me and him just are scratching the surface as a tight end quarterback connection. And it's just been fun. I mean, obviously, Jordan Hicks is one of my best friends in the world. Being able to play again with him, Justin Pugh has been phenomenal. We were the same draft class, and I've just loved playing football with the guys here. And as I reflect on this year and my time in Arizona, the thing I love the most is the locker room that we have here. And so it's been a lot of fun. I'll always remember this year, even though we didn't win it with the Super Bowl. It's been fun for me.